The story of the three forces. A narrative journey through conscious force. Prologue. The whisper beneath the world. Long before humans learned to name things, before stars cooled and oceans formed, there was only a presence, vast, aware, and quietly dreaming. This presence did not merely see, move. Its seeing was power. Its awareness was will. Its dreaming was creation. This was conscious force, the ancient current that stirs behind every atom, every heartbeat, every thought. Some sages later called it Chit Shakti, others the breath of the divine, but the force itself needed no name. It simply flowed, shaping matter into life, life into mind, and mind toward something greater. And like all great stories, it expressed itself through three companions. The image visualizes the cosmic origin of conscious force, a radiant center of creation surrounded by swirling galaxies and nebulae, from which three ethereal figures emerge. The seer, the flame-bearer, and the builder, representing awareness, will, and creation. Below them, the forming earth glows within the flow of divine energy, symbolizing the birth of life and mind from the ancient presence. Chapter 1. The Three Companions of the Soul. In the inner world of every being, three luminous figures walk side by side. 1. The seer, Jnana Shakti. He carries a lantern that reveals the truth of things. He sees the path before it exists. He whispers visions into the heart of artists, scientists, and wanderers. 2. The flame-bearer, Icha Shakti. She holds a small but fierce fire. It is longing, intention, aspiration. When she touches a vision, it becomes a desire to act. 3. The builder, Kriya Shakti. His hands are stained with earth and stardust. He shapes the invisible into the visible. He is the one who makes the dream real. Together, they form the inner trinity that brings anything into existence. But when they fall out of step, when the seer sees but the flame-bearer does not burn, or when the builder grows tired, the world inside a person becomes fragmented, and their outer life follows. The image portrays the seer, the flame-bearer, and the builder walking side by side through a misty, luminous inner landscape, each radiating their distinct energy, insight, aspiration, and manifestation. Chapter 2. How the Three Companions Work in the Human World. The Artist's Tale. One night, the seer shows an artist a painting that does not yet exist. The flame-bearer gasps, "Yes, this must be born." The builder rolls up his sleeves and begins mixing colors. The Scientist's Tale. A scientist glimpses a hidden law of nature. The flame-bearer becomes stubborn, refusing to give up through 1,000 failures. The builder constructs the experiment that finally works. The Seeker's Tale. Person realizes their life needs change. The flame-bearer turns that realization into resolve. The builder wakes them before dawn and moves their feet toward transformation. Every human story is a variation of this dance. This image is a luminous triptych showing how the seer, flame-bearer, and builder move through art, science, and transformation, each panel a variation of their dance. The artist's tale glows with creative revelation. The scientist's tale hums with discovery and persistence. The seeker's tale radiates awakening beneath the dawn tree. Chapter 3. When the Three Companions Turn Inward. One day, a traveler sits beneath a tree and asks, "How do I change not the world but myself?" The seer steps forward first. He shows the traveler the difference between the soul and the restless mind. He teaches them to watch thoughts like clouds drifting across a vast sky. The flame-bearer kneels beside the traveler. She transforms ordinary desire into a higher longing, not for possessions but for peace, clarity, and truth. The builder teaches the traveler to breathe with intention, to sit with discipline, to shape the inner world with the same care as the outer. Thus begins the path of meditation. This image portrays the traveler seated beneath an ancient tree at dawn, surrounded by the seer, the flame-bearer, and the builder in a tranquil, luminous landscape. The seer stands to the left, raising his lantern toward drifting clouds that symbolize thoughts passing across the sky. The flame-bearer kneels before the traveler, her flame glowing warmly as she transforms desire into higher longing. The builder sits to the right, eyes closed, guiding the traveler's breath and posture with steady discipline. The golden light of morning filters through the tree's branches, illuminating the mist and mountains beyond, the moment where meditation begins and the inner world awakens. Chapter 4. The Morning Ritual of the Three. At dawn, the traveler practices a simple rite. The seer lifts the lantern. Observe. You are not your thoughts. The flame-bearer brightens her fire. Choose your highest aim today. The builder grounds the vision. Act from this flame. Carry it into the world. With this, the traveler steps into the day aligned, whole and awake. This image unfolds as a triptych at dawn, showing the traveler's daily rite of alignment. Left panel, the seer, lifting his lantern, teaching awareness. Observe. You are not your thoughts. Center panel, the flame-bearer, brightening her fire, inspiring purpose. Choose your highest aim today. Right panel, the builder, grounding the vision, guiding action. Act from this flame. Carry it into the world. The golden light of sunrise unites all three panels, symbolizing awakening and harmony between thought, aspiration, and action. Chapter 5. The Battle of the Busy Day. The world roars around the traveler, demands stacking, deadlines pressing, distractions multiplying. In the rising clamor, the three companions begin to drift from one another. To stay connected, they craft micro-alignments, subtle rituals hidden inside the day's smallest moments. A phone rings and the seer whispers, "Pause. Witness yourself." Or a message waits to be sent and the flame-bearer breathes, "Choose your intention." A footsteps echo on the pavement and the builder says, "Feel your feet. Return to now." Even a red light becomes a place of stillness. The image shows the traveler navigating a luminous, chaotic cityscape. Screens flashing, phones chiming, currents of noise swirling like weather. The three companions hover nearby, each guiding a moment of presence. Halos of light shimmer around every micro-alignment, transforming the mundane into the sacred. Warm golds and cool silvers weave together, holding balance amid the chaos. Chapter 6. The Mountain of Courage. As the traveler grows, they encounter a great mountain labeled 200. Below it, the land is heavy, filled with fear, anger, shame, and survival. Above it, the air becomes lighter, filled with trust, hope, acceptance, and clarity. To climb the mountain, the traveler must keep the three companions united. The seer prevents the traveler from falling into fear. The flame-bearer transforms craving into willingness. The builder keeps the traveler moving when apathy whispers, "Stop." At the summit, the traveler discovers a new landscape. The realm of power, where life is no longer a threat but a teacher. This image depicts the traveler standing at the base of a vast, luminous mountain marked 200, symbolizing the threshold of courage. Below the mountain, the landscape is shadowed and heavy, swirling with forms of fear, anger, shame, and survival. Above, the air brightens into trust, hope, acceptance, and clarity, with radiant light streaming from the summit. The seer stands beside the traveler, lantern raised to dispel fear. The flame-bearer holds her fire high, transforming craving into willingness. The builder steadies the traveler's steps, urging movement when apathy whispers, "Stop." At the summit, the light expands into a new realm, the land of power, where life is no longer a threat but a teacher. The palette shifts from deep indigo and crimson below to gold and white above, symbolizing the ascent from force to power. Chapter 7. The Four Gateways Above the Mountain. Beyond the summit lie four shimmering gates. Gate of Neutrality, 250. A soft breeze. Life is okay. I don't need to control everything. Gate of Willingness, 310. A warm sun. I am ready to grow. Gate of Acceptance, 350. A calm lake. I create my experience. Gate of Reason, 400. A crystalline library. Life is understandable. But beyond these gates lies a realm the mind cannot enter. This image portrays the ascent beyond courage into the luminous realms of higher consciousness. Gate of Neutrality, 250. A breezy archway surrounded by soft hills and petals drifting in the wind, whispering life is okay. I don't need to control everything. Gate of Willingness, 310. A golden arch bathed in sunlight, radiating, I am ready to grow. Gate of Acceptance, 350. A tranquil arch by a calm lake reflecting the sky, murmuring, I create my experience. Gate of Reason, 400. A crystalline library glowing with wisdom, declaring life is understandable. Beyond these four gates, a luminous mist opens into a realm the mind cannot enter, the threshold of pure awareness. Chapter 8. The Threshold of Love, 500. The traveler reaches a vast meadow where the air itself glows. Here, the seer lowers his lantern. The flame-bearer softens her fire. The builder sets down his tools. For the first time, the traveler realizes, love is not something to reach. It is something to uncover. To cross into this realm, the traveler must release the need to be right, the need to take sides, the need to analyze everything, the need to defend the ego. The traveler learns the teddy bear method, seeing the small, reactive self not as an enemy, but as a frightened little creature needing compassion. They learn the relationship reset, letting go of stories, stepping into another's shoes, and releasing resistance until peace returns. Slowly the meadow opens. This image depicts the traveler entering a vast, glowing meadow where the air itself radiates light. The seer lowers his lantern, its flame merging with the ambient glow. The flame-bearer softens her fire, her hands open in gentle offering. The builder sets down his tools beside the traveler, resting in quiet presence. The traveler stands at the center, surrounded by soft light and blooming fields, realizing that love is not something to reach, it is something to uncover. Around them, faint symbols of release drift in the air, dissolving words like right, sides, analysis, and ego. In the distance, the meadow opens into a radiant horizon, symbolizing compassion and unity. The palette glows with warm golds, soft pinks, and luminous whites, evoking peace and awakening. Epilogue. When the three companions become one. At the end of the journey, the traveler discovers a secret. The seer, the flame-bearer, and the builder were never three separate beings. They were three faces of the same conscious force, the same ancient presence that shaped the stars, and now shapes the traveler's inner world. When they move as one, the traveler becomes a channel of something vast, a living expression of the universe awakening to itself. And the story continues. In every breath, in every choice, in every act of love. This image portrays the traveler standing in a vast, luminous expanse where the seer, the flame-bearer, and the builder merge into a single radiant figure, a being of light whose form echoes all three. The seer's lantern, the flame-bearer's fire, and the builder's tools dissolve into streams of energy that spiral together, forming a unified aura around the traveler. The landscape glows with cosmic light, stars, nebulae, and gentle waves of gold and violet, symbolizing the awakening of the universe within consciousness. The traveler stands calm and centered, eyes closed, as the light flows through them, representing the moment when the inner and outer worlds become one. The palette blends soft golds, silvers, and deep blues, evoking unity, transcendence, and peace, the living expression of the universe awakening to itself. Thank you for listening the story of the three forces.